Just put it in a database. I know that's what some of you were thinking after last time. I thought it too. A database can hold every decision, every rejected path forever without breaking a sweat. That was never the hard part. The hard part's knowing which of those facts still deserve to be believed. By the end of this video, you'll see exactly how two true things can quietly contradict each other and why no database on earth will tell you which one wins. A database is good at one thing, holding facts. It can hold decisions, transcripts, source files, as many as you want, forever. That was never the problem. I can store a fact without any trouble at all. What I can't do, what a database can't do on its own, is tell me which facts still deserve to be believed. Here's the distinction that took me a while to land on. Storage asks, did this happen? Authority asks, does it still matter? A database answers the first question perfectly. It has no opinion at all in the second. And it turns out the second question is the one that actually matters when you're trying to hand context to an AI or a person or your future self. Let me make this concrete. Say I decide something on a Tuesday. It goes in the system. Fact, stored, done. Thursday, new information comes in. I make a different call. That goes in too. Now the database has two decisions, both true, both real, both happened. Which one counts? The database doesn't know. It just knows two things were said. If this happened 2 days apart, maybe I know Thursday overrides Tuesday because I lived it, because it's still fresh. But if Tuesday was 2 months ago and Thursday got buried in another session, another conversation, another late night, I might not know that anymore either. Now the database doesn't know, the AI doesn't know, and future me might not know. Here's the stranger one. Something gets ruled out early. Wrong approach, wrong time, doesn't fit, rejected. That goes in the system too. Weeks later, the situation changes. The thing we ruled out is suddenly the right call. The database still says rejected. It's not wrong exactly. It was true when it was written. But if nothing ever revisits it, the label sits there forever, quietly steering every future decision away from something that actually is fine now. And this is the one thing that actually worries me most. A rule gets set, written down clearly, sounds firm. We don't do it that way. It gets stored exactly like that, confident, specific, official. 6 weeks later, the rule's gone. Nobody enforces it anymore. Circumstances changed, but the sentence is still sitting there, written with the same confidence it had the day it was true. Nothing about how it reads tells you it's expired. A stale rule doesn't announce itself, which should sound familiar because that's the same danger I started this channel with. It doesn't fail loudly. It doesn't announce that it lost the plot. It just keeps speaking with confidence after the reality underneath it changed. So here's what I actually mean when I say this isn't a database problem. The hard part isn't storing the facts. The hard part is knowing which facts still deserve authority. That means context has to be checked, ranked, allowed to contradict itself, updated when something changes, not just appended to forever with no review. A pile of true statements written at different times, some of them no longer true, is not continuity. It's just a very well organized way to be confidently out of date. So the question changed again. It stopped being, where do I store this? And became, how does the system know what still counts? That's a much harder question. It's not about space. It's not about how much you can hold. It's about judgment applied consistently. Every time something new comes in, without a human having to referee it by hand, that's when I realized I wasn't trying to build a bigger memory. I was trying to build a way for context to stay alive, to get checked, not just kept. I still don't have it finished, but I know exactly what it has to do now. And that's further than I was a few videos ago. Subscribe if you want to see where this goes. There's a lot more to the story.